Yeah. I'm at Grace Church Road. I went to Waynesboro to bring this man down to this address, and now he's trying to force his way into a house. I'm afraid to move my vehicle. Just placing in there.
It's inside the house now?
Yeah.
You have your doors locked?
It's open. I'm in a van.
You need to make yourself safe, okay? Even if you've got to drive away from there to get away from him and close that and lock that door. Do that for me now, please.
Okay, wait a minute.
Okay, so we're back for the live for the press conference that's going to be coming up. And I guess while we wait for that, and hey, Jill, how are you? I know that everybody else is hanging over at those bigger channels and stuff like that right now. I'm going to show this actually. And this is like when he's receiving his master's in criminology. So I'm going to play that for a second.
The Doctor of Nursing Practice is awarded to Sonia Wood Johnson.
It will just be in a second here.
The Master of Arts in Criminal Justice is awarded to Carlina Kemery. Jenna Cook. Ryan Koberger. Jessica Krahansel. Jessica is the program assistant.
Okay, so that's him right there getting his award. Not even a smile. Just
for graduate nursing in the Division of Nursing.
Just wow to that, to be honest with you. Oops.
Stephanie Arnold. Brian Atkinson. Philip Bortz.
I already go buy it. I think it was, yeah, it's just right after this.
The Master of Arts in Criminal Justice is awarded to Carlina Kemery. Jenna Cook. Ryan Koberger.
Sounds like he calls him Ryan.
Jessica Krahansel. Jessica is the program assistant for grad.
Yeah, that's great use of his degree there. Hey, I'd rather, you know what? To be honest with you, I mean, thank you, Mustang. I mean, they're going to be showing the same stuff anyway. I got a few things to show you. Anyway, yeah, DNA match. Okay, so let me just look at this message from. Okay, let's see here. So we'll do that. Okay, I'm thinking. I wonder if I think someone had made mention that he's done this before or whatever. All right, let's take a look here. Stop screen. Thanks, Kelly. Let me bring that in. Okay, so Josh Bent. Oh yeah, from WFLA. Josh updates. Koberger's DNA has also been matched to genetic material recovered at the off-campus house where the students were stabbed to death, according to the sources. An FBI team from Philadelphia has been tracking him for 4 days in the area where he was arrested. Okay, so thank you very much for that. Hey, Callie. So, yeah, I mean, for someone that was in criminology, right? Call me crazy. But for someone that was in criminology, you know, rather sloppy, it seems like, for sure. Um, yeah, I'm going to be curious if there was anyone else prior to this, to be honest with you. What time is it? 12:49. It will be there in about 11 more minutes. Okay, 1 second here. I wanted to show you something else here. Mm. And a different Kelly had sent this to me as well. I'll just bring them in. Okay, so this says I got wrapped into this case twice, and it's crazy. First, this picture of me got leaked somehow, and then out of nowhere, this guy gets arrested, and I realized he was one of my previous buyers. Sorry. Is that Court TV? Court TV, I think, is on too as well right now. Gets arrested, and I realized he's one of my previous buyers. I've been selling on Marketplace for years. This is a business account, but I hope next time something happens like this to people. Stop throwing others underneath the bus. It's messed up my social life when my friends saw it. And then you see, like, down at the bottom here, it says request 350 from Brian Koberger, Spider Co. And she said just sent me this too as well, Spider Co. I don't know. Some about knives. Somebody likes knives too on there. And hey, Tristan. Hey, guys. Like I said, yeah, you guys can make it more feel like a family over here because everyone's going to watch the same press conference we are. Yeah. um, so thank you guys for coming. And then there was also this. Let's see here. Idaho 4 students. Let's see this one here. Stop. Share screen. Let's watch this for a second here. Is this just picture? Oh wait, hold on. What is that? Is that just a picture? Or is that a video? Okay. Wait. Oh, so it's one of those things that you actually click on and it's not really there. Weird. Yeah. Hi, who dis? I love knives and all that kind of stuff. Gadgets and gizmos are my favorite. Which one is it? The gadgets or the gizmos or gazmos on there? But let's see what this thing here says. Oops, I already showed that one. Um, yeah, this thing's like you go to go play it and it doesn't even like play. Um, Law enforcement listed below are five. Okay, so listed below are five things known about Koberger and the deaths of Kaylee, Madison, Zayna, and Ethan. So, Idaho College murder mugshot of suspect taken into custody, 2,000 miles away, released. Um, Educational background. Koberger was a PhD student at the Washington State Pullman, Washington, studying criminology and criminal justice, according to the campus website. The university is just 9 miles from Moscow, Idaho, where the murders occurred. Prior to his start at Washington State, Koberger received a master's degree in DeSales University in the Center Valley, Pennsylvania. That's what I just showed him receiving his diploma. Koberger put out a call to former convicts on Reddit 7 months before arrest. 7 months ago, Koberger posted on a since deleted Reddit forum regarding a criminology research project where he studied. Oh, thank you, Deb. Well, yeah, the Idaho Moscow Police Department. Um, that's what I'm gonna stream from. But thank you. Um, so let's see. So Koberger asked former criminals to participate in the DeSales University research project that was intended to understand how emotions and psychological traits influence decision making when committing a crime, according to the Daily Beast, and sought to understand the story behind your most recent. Thank you, Deb. I'll take a look in a second. A white Hyundai Elantra was taken from Koberger's home in Pennsylvania on Friday, according to NBC News. Authorities were searching for a white 2011 to 2013 that was believed to be in the imminent area of the home. The suspect was arrested 2,000 miles away. Although a graduate student of Washington State, Koberger's arrest occurred 2,000 miles away from the scene of the crime in Scranton, Pennsylvania. According to arrest paperwork from the Pennsylvania State Police in Monroe County Court, the arrest comes just under 2 months from the date of the crime and is the most significant breakthrough in the case. DeSales University is located about an hour and a half from the house and where he was arrested in Scranton. It is unclear where Koberger resides in Pennsylvania when he's not in Washington or why he was back in Scranton. His demeanor upon arrest. When Koberger was arrested, he had a quick blank stare and asked if anyone else was arrested. So is he trying to play a mind game or is there somebody else? Plenty of questions still remain about the quadruple homicide, and including what Koberger's ties are to the students and what motives. Okay, well, we know that he's following Kaylee and Maddie on Instagram, and I think knew them. Yeah, a murder weapon still has not been found. Arrest paperwork also showed that Koberger is being held for extradition in the homicide investigation based on the arrest warrant for the first degree murder issued by the Moscow Police Department. And then they'll be doing that in a few minutes. So, um, hey, Sloop. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking it's a mind game. Don't you? Hi, Mark. Yeah. Okay. So let's stop screen, share screen, and 1 second. Okay. Probably should subscribe, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you too much, Mom. Seen that. I was watching this one when they gave the notice. Why does it do that? It says, oops. It's like, oops, something went wrong. Maybe I can't do it from there. Um, let's see. Oh, you're watching it on, yeah, Josh and, what's her name again? I can't remember it. Is she Ron Logan? I think it's Ron Logan that's with Josh. Yeah, the news channel. Yeah. I'm just going to wait for it to come on here, to be honest with you. That way it doesn't get dinged for, uh, like, the Tribune usually takes a few weeks, News Nation, and then you'll get the, oh, you have a copyright. So we'll see how this one should be starting any second, any minute. If not, well, it should be like, right? If not, I'll flip over to there. And they said they connected. Yeah, I seen that as well. Yeah, I'll hold off on showing anything. But thanks, Deb. Did I show that one already? Chronology, absurdity. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, so let me print this whole screen.
Thank you for coming today. Last night, in conjunction with the Pennsylvania State Police, Federal Bureau of Investigation, detectives arrested 28-year-old Brian Christopher Kohlberger in Albrightsville, Pennsylvania, on a warrant for murders of Ethan, Zana, Madison, and Kaylee. I want to personally thank these agencies for their assistance in this case. Kohlberger resides in Pullman, Washington, and is a graduate student at Washington State University. We will provide as much information as we can about the extradition to Idaho and the criminal process. However, due to Idaho state law, we are limited in what information we can release today until Kohlberger has his initial appearance in Idaho court. I want to express my appreciation to our local community, the people of Idaho, and those throughout our nation who provided information to help us investigate these murders has been very impressive. We've received over 19,000 tips, and we've conducted over 300 interviews. To recap this case, on the evening of November 12th, Kaylee and Madison arrived home at about 1:56 a.m. after visiting a local bar and street food vendor. Ethan and Zana were at the Sigma Chi house before arriving home around 1:45 a.m. The two surviving roommates had also been in the community but returned around 1 a.m. On the morning of November 13th, a 911 call was made at 11:58 a.m. reporting an unconscious person at the residence. The call came from inside the home from one of the surviving roommates' cell phones. Moscow police responded and found 2 victims on the 2nd floor and 2 victims on the 3rd floor. On November 17th, autopsies were conducted and the Latah County coroner confirmed the identity of the 4 victims. The cause and manner of death was homicide by stabbing. Some had defensive wounds, and each had been stabbed multiple times. These murders have shaken our community, and no arrest will ever bring back these young students. However, we do believe justice will be found through the criminal process. This was a very complex and extensive case. We developed a clear picture over time, and we stand assured that the work is not done, but be assured the work is not done. This has just started. Since November, we have remained laser focused on pursuing every lead in our pursuit of justice for the victims and their families. I recognize the frustration with the lack of information that's been released. However, providing any details in this criminal investigation might have tainted the upcoming criminal prosecution or alerted the suspect of our progress. We will continue to provide as much information as we can as the process moves forward. Today, I want to specifically thank our dedicated Moscow Police Department detectives, patrol officers, the Idaho State detectives, the Idaho State troopers, and their crime lab technicians and scientists, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation for the resources and personnel to conduct this massive investigation. It was the dedication of them and the persistence and the numerous hours that led to an arrest. Fortunately, these highly skilled people worked together as a cohesive team to solve this case. I also want to thank our community and the nation. Over the past 6 weeks, I've been continually reminded of how much our community cares. Locally, public support has been exceptional with kind words, food for investigators, and letters of support. You will never know how much your words of encouragement help us through these trying times. I appreciate each of you and each of your kindness. Agencies and individuals from across the nation have reached out to us to express their support to this department. I'm reminded how our Moscow community, our families, and the nation has been impacted by this daily. Finally, I do want to thank our media partners for the help. You kept this in the news. You helped us with tips. You kept things going, and we truly appreciate that. And you are the product of those 19,000 tips that we received, which is an impressive number. I would like to invite Bill Thompson, the county prosecutor, up at this time.
Good afternoon, folks. My name is Bill Thompson. I'm the Latah County prosecutor. And it's sad to be here, but happy to be here at the same time. As Chief Fry indicated, a criminal complaint was filed yesterday here in Latah County, charging the defendant, Mr. Kohlberger, with 4 counts of first-degree murder, in addition to felony burglary, which involves entering the residence with the intent to commit the crime of murder. Mr. Kohlberger, and let me preface, there's a pending case now in court, and I and my office and the investigators have to live with the restrictions that our Supreme Court places on pretrial publicity. That said, I promise you we will share with you through the court process or otherwise whatever we are allowed to. I just appreciate your patience on that. The factual basis for the charges are summarized in what's called a probable cause affidavit that is on file with the court. According to the rules of the Idaho Supreme Court, that is sealed until Mr. Kohlberger is physically back in Latah County and has been served with the Idaho arrest warrant. At that time, we expect that that affidavit will be available to you so you can share the true facts with all of your readers and your watchers and your listeners and all the people who are interested and really need to know what's going on. So please have patience with us on that. We hope to get that to you as soon as we can. As far as Mr. Kohlberger, I can share with you that he is a graduate student at Washington State University and has an apartment residence over in Pullman. He has had an initial appearance in front of a judge in Pennsylvania. He is being held without bond, and the warrant from our magistrate judge here also provides for no bond. We understand that he's scheduled to be back in court in Pennsylvania next Tuesday afternoon, and that a public defender has been appointed for him there. The process at this point is, since he was arrested in another state, he has the opportunity to either waive extradition and return voluntarily to the state of Idaho, or if he prefers not to waive extradition, then we will initiate extradition proceedings through our governor's office. If we do that, it can take a while for him to get here. So again, I'm asking for your patience and understand that's just the way the system works. Once he gets here, he'll have an initial appearance with our magistrate. They'll deal with issues such as making sure competent counsel is representing him, and the case will be scheduled for further hearings. Your primary source of factual information is going to be the court record, because that's what the Supreme Court says we need to refer you to. So please pay attention to what's going on in court and have people there to watch and hear what's being said. As an attorney, myself and my office, we are limited on what we are allowed by the courts to say outside of the courtroom. So please just work with us. Finally, as the chief indicated, this is not the end of this investigation. In fact, this is a new beginning. Y'all now know the name of the person who has been charged with these offenses. Please get that information out there. Please ask the public, anyone who knows about this individual, to come forward, call the tip line, report anything you know about him to help the investigators and eventually our office and the court system understand fully everything there is to know about not only the individual, but what happened and why. Next, I'll introduce Colonel Ked Wells from the Idaho State Police. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon. My name is Kedrick Wills. I serve as the director of the Idaho State Police and certainly want to express our appreciation for your attendance here today. These tragic murders took 4 young, vibrant lives from our community. Nothing we do can bring them back. The only thing that we can do in law enforcement to honor their memories that we know of is to bring this to a successful conclusion. This has been a very difficult time for the families, the university, the community, and the state of Idaho. However, it is also proven that communities come together in tough times. Certainly appreciate the support of the local community and our national audience that has been following us as our investigators have worked through this case. I'm thankful also to you, the media partners, who have helped keep this case in the forefront that generates the tips and we hope will continue to generate information that will help us to a conclusion of this proceeding. I'd like to express our appreciation on behalf of the Idaho State Police to Chief Fry, his leadership, and the entire Moscow Police Department for the way that they handled this from the very beginning. He directed the right people to the right positions that led us to this conclusion today. I've had the utmost confidence in this investigation and in Chief Fry, as well as in Mr. Bill Thompson and the Latah County Prosecutor's Office, who've been a great partner throughout this. Nothing has deterred the commitment of the investigators who've worked on this case, regardless of the organization they represent. It's been very trying and very difficult, as you know, that it has been on those investigators as they do the tedious work that they're so good at doing. The partnerships is what's led here as well. The partnerships between Moscow Police Department, I'd like to express our appreciation with the Federal Bureau of Investigation, specifically the special agent in charge out of the Salt Lake City Division, Dennis Rice, and also the work that happened in the last 24 hours in Pennsylvania with the arrest with the Pennsylvania State Police and Colonel Evanchik with the Pennsylvania State Police. We appreciate what they've done across the nation to help us as well. As Bill shared, this investigation is far from over. In fact, I appreciate what he shared, that this is not an ending, but rather a new beginning. The difference now is, as he shared, that we are dictated what information we can share by the court process and by laws in our state of Idaho. And so we will share, as he shared, Mr. Thompson is absolutely committed to share everything he can share through the court process. We've got to make sure that we don't get in front of that process. And we really deeply appreciate everybody's support here. the relationships that were forged here and the partnerships that were forged have led to this. And based on that is why we're here today. And we continue to believe that the best way we can honor these 4 lives that have been taken is to make sure that we have a successful outcome here. One of the partnerships that's been forged throughout this is a partnership with the University of Idaho. And on that, I'd like to introduce the president of the University of Idaho, Mr. Scott Green.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Scott Green, President of University of Idaho. Today's news of arrest is a welcome one. It's relief to our university, our community, and our extended Vandal family. The outpouring of support over the past 6 weeks helped sustain us during the most trying time. It provided the strength that helped us navigate the international scrutiny visited on our students and employees. We are truly thankful for the compassion and acts of kindness shown to our community. Kindness is contagious, and it provided the light that reclaimed ground lost to evil and darkness. We first want to acknowledge and thank Governor Little for the early promise of financial support that enabled the university to secure our campus and focus on helping our students and our employees in the wake of the crimes. We also appreciate the Idaho State Police and the highly visible security presence that brought comfort and calm to a community shocked and confused by the senseless crimes. We never lost faith that this case would be solved and are grateful for the hard work of the Moscow Police Department and their law enforcement partners. Vast and committed FBI resources brought important expertise to this complex case. Across the board, dedicated, highly competent personnel worked this case to arrest. This crime has nevertheless left a mark on our university, our community, and our state. While we cannot bring back Maddie, Kaylee, Zaina, and Ethan, we can thoughtfully and purposefully carry their legacy forward in the work that we do. Our students come first, and that was proven each and every day of this investigation. We are committed to safely delivering the college town atmosphere, campus experience, and high-touch quality education for which the University of Idaho is known. With time, we will heal. We will move forward together, and we will remain Vandal strong. With that, I'd like to turn it back over to Chief Fry.
So now we will open the floor to questions. However, I want to remind everyone, as Prosecutor Bill Thompson explained, any factual information regarding the arrest of Kohlberger is currently sealed per Idaho law and will not be released until he has appeared in an Idaho court. Please formulate your questions accordingly. I recognize there are a lot of questions, and I will try to answer as many of them as I can.
Lauren Patterson, Northwest Public Broadcasting, Spokane Public Radio. I realize the records are sealed. I guess I'm not too familiar with how it works, but can you tell us what tip, what lead, what piece of evidence really led you all the way from Idaho to the suspect in Pennsylvania?
As I've said in the past, that's part of our investigation, and we won't be releasing that at this time. We will have those answers. We'll have them as soon as we can make those available to you.
Then a quick follow-up and a two-parter. Is our community safe, or is law enforcement still on the search for other suspects who might be involved in this attack?
What I can tell you is we have an individual in custody who committed these horrible crimes, and I do believe our community is safe, but we still need to be vigilant, right? We still have talked about this in the past. We always need to be aware of our surroundings and make sure that we're aware of what's going on.
Hi, Chief. How soon into the investigation did police and law enforcement begin to spot Mr. Kohlberger as a potential suspect? And a follow-up, how many tips, if you can say, were specifically related to Mr. Kohlberger?
To the tip part, honestly, I can't answer that question, so I'm not even going to speculate on that. On the other part, that's part of our investigation, and it will come out. I'd like the mic to please come right over here.
Thank you. Dana Griffin with NBC News. Can you confirm that Kohlberger asked whether or not anyone else had been arrested when he was in custody?
I cannot confirm that, or I'm not sure of that information, but that would still be a part of our investigation.
Did CODIS initially return any hits on this guy?
That's still part of our investigation. That will come out. If we could get somebody over here, please.
And then one final question. Is there any message to the online sleuths who slandered and harassed people who they believed were responsible?
There was a lot of speculation going on, and we've always said from the very beginning that we're the official message that comes out, and to pay attention to what we're putting out there to the press.
I'm Nancy Liu with News Nation, and we were over at the house this morning, and you told us that the remediation would begin today. It was suddenly stopped. Can you tell us why?
Yes. The house cleanup has been halted, and that came by a legal request from the court.
Christina Corbin, Fox News. Chief, have you identified a motive?
That is part of the investigation, and that will come out as we continue the investigation. But what we still ask is for people to continually send us things in the tip line. We are still looking for more information. We're still trying to build that picture, just like we have stated all along. We're putting all the pieces together, and that will help.
Chief Veronica Miracle with CNN. Any indication that the suspect knew the victims?
That's part of the investigation as well. It won't be something that will come out at this point in time, but as we continue the investigation and as this case goes to trial, that will be brought forth.
Have you spoken to the families? Can you tell us what they've told you today?
Are you talking to the victims' families? Yeah, we have reached out to the victim's family as we always do. We've done that daily, and we've continued to have contact with them.
Hey, Nate Sanford, you mentioned earlier that you're still seeking tips about Brian and that people should still share whatever information they have. Can you speak at all about what specifically people should be reaching out for, like if they know something?
I would say anything and everything. As we've said all along, we know what tips we're looking for. We will take those tips and we will have professionals look at those and decide which pieces of those we need to use for our case. So we ask that everybody would do that.
Angela Palermo, Idaho Statesman. Your department and other investigators on the case took a lot of flack for keeping information close to your chest. Are you glad that you did that? And were you worried about tipping the suspect off?
I will 100% stand behind the way that we handled this investigation. And this all started from day one with our patrol officers arriving on scene, locking down the scene, us calling in the Idaho State Police, us calling in the FBI, and keeping information that was pertinent to this case very, very tight. We want to have a situation where when this goes to trial, there is no doubt that we've done everything right and we've slowed down and we've continued to slow down. We'll continue to do that.
Hey, Chief. Have you guys found the murder weapon or the Hyundai Elantra?
So we are still looking for all pieces of evidence, but we are still looking for the weapon. And I will say that we have found an Elantra.
Stephanie Becker with CNN. Can you tell what it was like when you got the phone call when the police told you that they had your suspect?
I can tell you, for a lot of law enforcement, it was a fairly sleepless couple of days with as we were leading up to everything that we were doing. But what I can tell you is I have faith in those agencies across the nation. I have faith in our officers. I have faith in the FBI, and they did a great job. But sure, there was some times, even throughout the day, that we were always concerned.
Hi, Chief. Don Back at CBS News. Can you talk a little bit more about the suspect's connection to Pennsylvania?
All I know is that he lives in Pennsylvania.
Chief Guy Tannenbaum from Nonstop Local KHQ in Spokane. More about the Elantra. We saw reports that you mentioned that you recovered an Elantra, but can you specify where that was found? And we know that that was one of the biggest pieces of information you were asking from the public to tip. Were you able to provide an information on whether those tips led to this seizure of an Elantra?
That's still part of the investigation that will come out in the future.
Chief Glenn Mosley, Idaho Public Radio here in Moscow. The additional police presence in town and on campus, semester's coming. Is that going to continue?
You will continue to see state troopers in the area. You know, we're talking to Latah County as well. You will see a presence of us that we're always have up on campus. We have assigned officers to that. So you will continue to see a law enforcement presence. I'm going to take 2 more questions.
Hi, Chief. Julie Scott, ABC News. Can you tell us if you eventually had a license plate number to the Elantra and how you tracked it to Pullman?
That's still part of the investigation that will come out.
Chief, hi, Matt Lovelace with the Murrow College of Communication. I want to ask about Mr. Koberger as a graduate student at WSU. Are you aware of if he returned to campus after November 13th? And have you had any communication with departments on the WSU campus about his attendance?
So some of that is going to be followed up as we continue our investigation. We'll be asking some of those questions, but that'll come out in the near future. So what I do want to do is I want to thank you all. You really have been the national voice for us. You've given us the opportunity to get many, many tips. And I do appreciate everything you've done, and we'll continue to look forward to working with you in the future on this. So I'd like to thank you for that and thank you for your time.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess we probably we never really expect a whole lot at these press conferences, really. But yeah, it's better to be safe than sorry. So I'm just gonna, let's see.
How old are the kids? They're 5 and they're 3, and I'm 49, and that's a 4.
Let me just close that off. That was the Idaho thing or whatever. Let me just go back over here. So for anyone that didn't see this, this was a commencement 2022 live from the PPL Center. And that's when Brian Koberger was getting his master's degree in criminology. Let's see here if I can do it from here for anyone that didn't see.
The Doctor of Nursing Practice is awarded to Sonia Wood Johnson.
I wonder if her real name is Sonia, like mine is, instead of Sonia. I wonder.
The Master of Arts in Criminal Justice is awarded to Carlina Kemery. Jenna Cook. Ryan Koberger. Jessica Krahansel. Jessica is the program
And there he
assistant
is right there getting
graduate nursing in the division of.
That's him getting his award. You know, he was a tad cryptic in his response about whether there were other possible suspects. To be honest, I honestly didn't feel like he was. I actually took it the opposite, like, no, but, you know, we're really not going to tell you much of anything. That's, I don't know. I mean, that's how I took it. I don't know why they even started to clean that house. They will need it for jury view. Thankfully, the judge stopped that. No emotion getting the award, typical psychopath. Okay. Let me just take a quick boo here because I know that Deb had sent me this. I think it was. I think it was just that. What's this? Okay. Stop share screen window. And again, thank you guys. You guys, if I seem a little out of it, I just am just really tired. I think it was this one. Is this it? Yeah. Okay. So Deb sent me this. Brian Koberger, criminologist studying the absurdity of the human experience. Currently taking a gap year to immerse myself in my field of study. Yeah, definitely immerse yourself. It's just such a tragedy. It really is. He began his answer by saying, I can't just tell you that at this time we have arrested a suspect. Yeah, I know. I guess it was just my gut feeling said, no, it's just going to be this guy probably. If there is another one, then there is, but I don't know. I don't know. You guys think? But anyway, let's go to that article as well from that Beast one. Something the Daily Beast or whatever it was called. Oh, where do I have it? The carbonara brand attended. Nope, that's not what I want. Don't want that one either. Okay. Why am I? Oh, there it is. It's this one. Okay. He definitely immersed himself. Yeah. I know. It's just kind of so disgusting, isn't it? So weird that my green screen keeps doing that today. Huh. But anyways, let's take a look at this. And thank you again, Anne Marie. A crime buff who studied 8 miles away, arrested in Idaho. More than 6 weeks after the University of Idaho students were found murdered in their beds, police finally made a move on Friday, arresting 28-year-old criminology student who studied just miles off the campus residence that became a brutal crime scene. Moscow Police Chief James Fry confirmed that their arrest in an afternoon press conference, announcing 28-year-old Brian Christopher Koberger was nabbed on a warrant for the murders of Ethan Zana, Madison, and they can't even spell Kaylee properly. He was arrested in the hometown of Albrightsville, Pennsylvania, and was ordered to be extradited to Idaho January 3rd during a hearing Friday morning. NBC News reported that the white Hyundai Elantra was towed from the same Albrightsville house where Koberger was arrested. Moscow police have previously appealed for information on the white Hyundai Elantra seen in the vicinity of the murders in November. Makes you wonder if his parents were like, we own a 2011 to 2013 Hyundai Elantra, and my son knows that area, and public records for Koberger list him as a registered libertarian voter with a keen interest in criminal justice and criminology. He's a PhD student with the Department of Criminal Justice and a criminology at the Washington State University in Pullman, just 8 miles from Moscow, Idaho. And he completed his graduate studies in criminal justice this year at DeSales University in Center Valley, Pennsylvania. Ugh. In a since-removed post on Reddit from several months ago, Koberger asked ex-cons to participate in the DCEL's research project that sought to understand how the emotions and psychological traits influence and decision-making when committing a crime and understand the story behind your most recent criminal offense. In a statement to the Daily Beast, a spokesperson for DCEL said on Friday, December 30th, DCEL's University learned of the arrest of Brian Koberger in connection with the murder of 4 university of Idaho students. Koberger received a bachelor's degree in 2020 and completed his graduate studies in June 2022 as a Catholic Salesian community. And we are devastated by this senseless tragedy. Our thoughts and prayers are with the victims' families during this time. Northampton Community College in Albrightsville, confirmed to the Daily Beast that Koberger graduated in 2018. He was a psychology major. Because this is an active police investigation, all other inquiries are to be directed to law enforcement. He was employed as a part-time school security officer by the Pleasant Valley School District for several years until last year. Nick McLaughlin, 26, who was friends with Koberger in high school and vocational school and had been following the Moscow murders, told the Daily Beast he was floored to see that Koberger had been arrested. He described Koberger as a down-to-earth member of his friend group who was overweight when they graduated junior year. But at the start of senior year, Koberger was thinner than a rail and turned aggressive, he said. He also picked up a new hobby, taking boxing classes. He always wanted to fight somebody. He was bullying people. We started cutting him off from our friend group because he was a 100% different person, McLaughlin said. Asked what might have contributed to this change that summer, McLaughlin said, "We have no idea." McLaughlin went on to say that he and Koberger would spend half the school day at Pleasant Valley High before heading to Monroe County's vocational school, where they took classes related to heating and air conditioning work. He said Koberger also took criminal justice courses to potentially become a cop. McLaughlin said that the friendship ended when Koberger began putting moves on his girlfriend. He was like reaching out to her saying, "I can get us a bottle and we can hang out tonight." Their arrest signifies a long-awaited breakthrough after Kaylee, Madison, Zena, and her boyfriend Ethan both were stabbed to death after they slept in their off-campus home. Police had initially called the killings targeted, but later walked that back, conceding for weeks that they had no murder weapon, no motive, no suspect, no clear reason why the group were killed so brutally. Latah County Recorder Kathy what a bad last name, Mabott, described the murders as a savage ambush, revealing that the friends were likely attacked as they slept. The murders, she said, appeared to be personal, with each victim stabbed multiple times. Before the murders, however, the four friends showed no signs of distress, with Mogan and Goncalves hanging out at a downtown bar. Chapin and Kernodle, is it Kernodle? Kernodle, right? Attending a nearby fraternity party. Never heard that last name before. Adding to the mystery, two identified roommates slept through the entire attack and only called police hours later when they couldn't get one of the slain roommates to wake up. The lack of clues in the case gave way to a flurry of rumors, though police said that they had cleared two roommates who survived, as well as a man who'd received repeated phone calls from Mogan and Goncalves shortly after. Why are these tongue twisters? Shortly before they were killed. Okay. Hoy. Okay, yeah, he's an all around, exactly. Monster cell. I know, right? School security. Let me take a look. Let me go to that email. Okay, all the downloads. Oh, it says. Thank you very much, Johnny. Yeah, you're that efficient one, aren't you? I remember you saying that now. Okay, let's show that. Chrome letter. Does this thing have anything to play? Let's see. What's this one? Great. Letter of prayer we consider. Okay, so. Oh, wait, what? Okay, that's for a teacher. It looks like. Unless, did it come up first or something? As I said, Okay, May 24th, 2022. Written by Melissa Koberger. Bereft of their laughter, there is now not a sound, as we lower our children into the ground, small hands and feet buried 6 feet deep, into the earth of the world that failed them. Oh, as I read the poem, I thought, whatever the solution, I pray we consider children before the gun. Well, what about you pray about consider the children before the knife? Marianne Koberger, Albrightsville. Huh. Ironic sometimes, isn't it? Yeah, always ironic when you see stuff like that, isn't it? You know, hindsight. Hindsight is always 2020. What else? Yeah. Sorry, Jennifer Coffindaffer. I can't stand to watch you. Not gonna watch you. Let's see here. Oh, did I show everything? Joni, just to ask you, Yoni, is that all the stuff that was sent? That stuff that was in that email? By the way, I think that was it, right? Let me just double check. Okay, search 28 items. Hmm. 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 Is that right? Yeah. Guy arrested, psycho, evil, both. Well, you know, I mean, Callie made an interesting point there about, he's asking about emotions and feelings, and usually a sociopath doesn't do that, so must be a psychopath. I don't know. What do you think, Deb, on that one? Mhm. Let's just, like, let's see. I'm just trying to see if, okay, yeah, Brian they're looking for the murder weapon still. Goncalves family tells me that they feel incredible relief. And do you think their arrest happened on the same day as Kaylee and Maddie's celebration of life service? I wonder if that was purposeful. Ooh, I'm tired, man. I mean, yeah. I'm kind of glad. I'm glad that someone's been arrested for sure. You know, um, 5.5 years for Delphi, and then this one's like a couple months. Oh, you guys, I gotta turn off my cam for a sec. I keep yawning. I'm thinking it was planned for today myself, to be honest with you. You know, stop screen. I just think it's, I'm sure, like, don't you guys love how that one person asked, do you know if there's a connection to any of the, like basically the floor? Okay. I need to go to bed. I have been up all night. And then he's like, we're going to, that's part of the investigation. Meanwhile, I'm sure we're all sitting there going, Instagram, Instagram, Instagram. Huh. Yeah, that's some wake up call. Okay. You guys, I'm gonna have to go. I'm barely staying awake here. Um, I just wanted to come back onto the press conference, really. And other than that, like who knows? Maybe I don't know because I got grocery shopping to do for tomorrow, so I need to get some sleep so I can go grocery shopping later, and that for New Year's Eve. So if anyone wants to join us, Callie, you're joining tomorrow night with me, right? And I think my twin is. I gotta remind her, to be honest. But Callie, you're gonna be here tomorrow night, right? On the live, like literally on the live. Bring along your drinky poos and yep, exactly. Your munchies and your drinks and your whatever you want to come with. Laughs, giggles, some holiday cheer as we bring in the new year. So I'll be going, I should say we, but Adam's going to be out partying. It's not going to be any fun at the store today. You know what? It's better today than tomorrow because tomorrow is going to be even less fun at the store. Uh-huh. But I mean, I'm happy that I lost rest for, hi, Belinda. I'm happy I lost rest for a good reason. Um, a Monster Energy drink, yeah. Honestly, there's it's like, I don't know, it's just so sad, that these four beautiful people, that their parents, their families, all the devastation, and then I come to find out, like, not only is this guy murdered them, but he's in criminology, and then like he puts out a survey. So I'm sorry. Instacart. Yeah, my husband and that they got each a couple hundred. Brian got a $200 gift card each for Save On Foods, I think it is. So just easier to probably go in there and do it. Just stock up on some meat and stuff like that. I just want some munchies for tomorrow. Well, I do have munchies, but I personally just like to have my cheese crackers, sweet pickle, and like summer sausage or salami between the Ritz crackers. I like those little sandwiches. Whenever my mom said we're gonna have an easy meal tonight, and she would make those, it was actually one of my favorite things to have. So to this day, I still will make those. That's my little favorite treat to have. And then I'll probably get like like a spinach dip or something like that, or make a spinach dip. Those are always good. I don't even really like spinach. Actually, you know what? As you get older, your things kind of change. I don't hate spinach like I used to. But anyways, so if anyone wants to again join us tomorrow night at 6:30 Pacific time, which is 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. And if you guys find anything, just send it to the email or send it to my messenger. If you're on there, if there's anything else that you guys find out. And as the gentleman, the police officer, James Fry said, okay, I'm going to yawn. Sorry, never yawn so much. Make sure that everyone's tweeting about this guy, putting it to your social media, because, like he said, he wants you guys to make it known. This guy's name's spelled different. So here they're calling him Brian Christopher with an I. So wait a second. So did he spell his name different ways? Is that why he's so hard to find? Not confirmed yet. I made spinach, but I don't like spinach. Yeah. Well, I don't mind it when it's done up a certain way. Yeah, tomorrow night's finger food stuff, and I think I'm having ham tonight. I got ham out. Having ham and mashed potatoes tonight. It's not enough time in the day. It feels like, but anyways, yeah. But just don't forget to share to your Twitters and your Facebooks about Brian Kohlberger here, and just share it so that anyone that has anything to know about this person, that they send it into the police so that it helps with the case. Every little thing counts, right? Wish they would have done the same thing with Delph. Actually, get your asses over here, Idaho. You guys did a good job, and they were smart enough to go, hey, this is too big for us. Let's call on the FBI right away. That's not really exactly how it happened in Delphi like that. But anyways, it is a good year when you think about it so far, I guess, eh? Karina McClurkin, Flint Farmers in jail for that. And then, Richard Allen. Sure. And then, I said that they would solve it. Like, I'm going to claim that one because I said within in the month they're going to solve it, and they did. So, okay, small consolation on that one. It just seemed like it wasn't going to be that long, but especially after I saw Ethan's brother's post, you knew he knew more, but he couldn't say it, and says he wish he could have, and stuff like that. Well, FBI kind of messed up Delphi. Oh, okay, I gotta go. FBI messed up. Yeah. That's true. Yeah, I know. Well, that's because was Jennifer Coffindaffer in Logansport or Delphi? You know, she, you know, she was probably wanting to put the hammer in Ron Logan's coffin. Actually, she was probably more like, "Get your ass back up! I need to convict you still." You know. Anyways, I just make fun of that. I know there's a lot of people out there that still believe that Ron Logan is guilty, stuff like that, but whatever. Okay, guys, I'm gonna head off here now. I'm gonna go get some sleep for a bit. No, Messenger, D&D, guys, D&D on Messenger, okay? Unless, of course, it's really important. Other than actually, you know what? Go ahead. I hear dings going off all day on my computer. It doesn't even faze me, to be honest with you. No, I know she wasn't. Her friend was though. Her friend was, and that's probably why she believes so strongly it's Ron Logan. Because remember, right, Deb, she was the one that she was one that wrote that search warrant thing to get the search warrant was her friend. So they probably both thought it was him. Yeah. Okay, guys. I gotta go. Before I smack dab fall asleep right here on you. Take care, guys. Thank you guys so much again for everything. And thank you so much for sending me all the things that you did. Truly appreciate that. Thank you so much. Take care, guys.